And welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Paul Farrington joined alongside Jack Weinberger. Andrew Keenan's here. We have Robert Ziggy Ziegler in Zoomland out in Virginia, the beautiful University of Virginia. Week 6 of the NFL season, guys. It's really going fast. I mean, I remember when we were just setting up this studio before, and all of a sudden here we find ourselves now, a third of the way through the season, basically?
It's going too fast. Too fast.
Santa's finally lit up. That's courtesy of Mr. Bloomquist. He said, there's something wrong with the studio. Something needs to change. I was like, I don't know what it is. And he said, you'll know when you go downstairs. And we were greeted by jolly old St. Nick is now lit up.
I love it.
Well, I can't wait for this place around
I
Christmas.
don't love it. It's October, Paul.
Once
It's
the
October.
No one
summer
cares
ends,
about Halloween.
once the summer ends, it's Christmas time. In my eyes.
This studio is
If you
gonna be
like
incredible.
Halloween, you're a fool. That's a stupid holiday.
Is that what's your gripe?
Well, that's not my gripe. I don't have gripes.
Yeah,
I
what-
just have some updates.
Get something off your chest.
yeah, you said you have something on your chest. It's not
well, I
Halloween.
have 3 things on my chest.
3 things on your chest.
Sorry, we got time.
One, yeah, I mean, I'm not in a rush. I was late. I apologize. I actually wasn't late because it wasn't even ready when I got here, but I was kind of late. One, I had a nice Starbucks cold brew, large, whatever the hell they call it over there. At about like,
Is that a venti?
well, I'll refuse to have
I don't know.
So
Real quick, let me tell you the trick. You always have to ask light on the ice because they'll give you way more.
I don't go to Starbucks.
Well,
Light on the ice.
I might have got too much because at 5:30 I had a coffee.
You're
Probably
bouncing.
too late. PM, not AM. And I'm still feeling like when you have some coffee, feeling
jitters.
like so I had to pour myself a nice little relaxing drink in here to relax me. I was sweating at my house. I don't know what was going on. So if I'm a little jumpy or out of it, it's because of the Starbucks. I don't know what they put in that. That's first.
Okay, so you
Well, I
can't
mean,
handle
the
caffeine.
half-life of caffeine is 5 hours. So realistically, 10 hours out, you're still on a quarter of the caffeine you had.
There
See,
you
those
go.
are the things I can't hear in this jittery state. I don't even know what that means, but
If you like Starbucks over Dunkin' Donuts,
no, I like Dunkin' Donuts better, but Starbucks I want
Certain
iced
things.
coffee. Yeah. So I'm feeling it, and I'm a coffee drinker. Italian. I have my meal 8 p.m. at dinner, and I'll have a coffee after, and I'm usually fine. I don't know what's going on, but I'm all right. That's the first thing.
Second thing.
Second thing is the other day, maybe the viewers don't know, I'm going to be coaching basketball this upcoming season at my alma mater, as in high school alma mater, not college. But I'm also a man of many alma maters. I have many, one of the most actually. But we had her sign-ups. I don't know where Jeffrey was. He wasn't there. But intern Jeff, I don't know where the hell he was.
Intern Jeff's off sleeping. He's shot at.
No, I'm saying at the basketball meeting.
So what happened?
Intern Jeff didn't go.
He was probably gambling on something.
Is that the gripe?
No. There's no gripe here. It's the head varsity coach. He works at a different school, so he was a little late, and I was given the reins for the first 30 to 45 minutes.
Out of control.
No, not out of control. If there was a film crew in there, I'm telling you right now, this is it was like Rocky, Coach Carter, Friday Night Lights. This speech I gave to pump these kids up, half who probably won't even be on the team. They walked out
Legendary.
of there.
Andrew, intern Jeff's team beat your team by 20 points last week.
That's not my team.
The Highland JV team.
We don't have a team yet.
Oh, true. You're right.
You put me in that locker room, I will inspire. We get to loose balls. We box out. We get rebounds. We don't care about points.
Can I be your assistant?
We don't care about. Show up whenever you want. I'm
No,
gonna be.
all right.
And what is this
Awesome.
third point? What is the third point?
The third point is I just want to shout out. I know we have many friends of the program. Paul is friends of Kyle Hamilton and many other Notre Dame alum. Jack is friends of many people. Just he might pull someone out every day.
I'll
It's someone
surprise you.
different.
I'll surprise you. Yeah.
I'm good friends with a Panthers player skated out on the ice. So I just wanted to shout out. I'm not a hockey fan. Tonight was hockey opening night. I think my allegiance is with the Panthers. I've never watched the game. I don't think many of us have, but let's go Panthers this season.
Okay,
Let's
so
go Panthers.
I'm not-
I'll be there Wednesday night.
I'm not gonna lie.
At the Panthers game.
And I'll be seeing a couple days later down there in the 561. But I'm not gonna lie, guys. My glasses are fogged up now, and I can't see you guys. But I can hear you.
Okay, that's all you need. We haven't been able to see Ziggy for weeks.
Yeah, so that's all right. That's all I need.
And real quick before we start, Ziggy, you know who I'm about to shout out here is Christian Lee, one of my friends from Notre Dame. We decided we'd swap little advertisements for each other's podcast. So check out the American Soccer podcast.
Listen, if you
Christian
love
Lee.
soccer and you love America,
yeah.
you better check that out.
It's very good, and his co-host is named Lodge Dills. What a name!
I know what I'm doing when I get
Lodge
home.
Dills. Yeah,
I'm checking it out.
it's for someone like myself who knows very little about soccer.
I'm actually a big soccer fan.
It's,
Next week I'll wear my soccer jersey.
It's a great podcast to learn about how Team USA is looking for the World Cup. And,
I'm a Europe guy.
all I know is Pulisic.
Let's also shout out, guys, our good friend, lifelong friend David here, showing up in person.
Yeah, David showed up. David's been on the podcast.
He's got a boot on right
He's in
now.
a boot right now. He can barely walk.
And
Zach,
also shout out Zach. I want to shout out Zach.
Yeah,
He's a little under the weather.
big time
His
yep.
studio's at his house. He still let us use it.
Yep.
Thank
Very
you,
nice
Zach.
to him and his
Get
family.
well soon.
And the Bloomquist, yes.
Shout out
Shout out to everyone.
family,
Shout out to everyone.
And also shout out some people. I'm not going to drop names because we don't know if we have their permission. But some people came up to me this week. You know who you are. Said you're a listener. Thank you.
Great stuff. All right, so why don't we? There's a big game in the AFC. The AFC, Andrew, not Jets Packers.
That is a huge game.
Only AFC. That's a big game. We'll get there.
I cannot wait for the Jets to be exposed.
But Bills Chiefs.
I have a great stat.
Bills Chiefs, guys. This is a rematch of the AFC divisional round. It felt like the AFC Championship game last year. Just the drama of that game, the back and forth overtime
whoever
game.
won that was going to the Super Bowl.
But they didn't. that
is true.
It had the feel.
But it had that feeling.
Yeah.
It had that feeling. It had the feeling of whoever won that game was going to go. And I'll tell you guys,
Bengals.
I think that
21-3
yeah,
Chiefs blew it. I don't know how that's possible.
I think this is the third biggest game of Josh Allen's career. And let me preface that with the first one was the AFC Championship. They lost in Kansas City. Last year's was the divisional round. They lost to Kansas City. And this is more important than every other playoff game. And the reason for that is, Ziggy, you may or may not like this. The winner of this game, in my opinion, is going to be the 1 seed in the AFC. Because you look around that entire conference and Baltimore's there. But other than them, who do you really like? Is there anyone that's super exciting?
The Jets.
The Jets are there.
Well,
yeah, sure.
when the Bills come to MetLife, you never know.
Don't feed into
No,
that.
I'm messing with it. The Jets are there 3-2 record wise, but no, they're
15
not.
in the
They're not
AFC.
going to be there. So what I'm thinking though is that the Bills and Chiefs, whoever wins this game is going to really be in the driver's seat because they're going to have not only a game ahead, but they're going to have the tiebreaker over the other one. And this season, if you're Buffalo and you're able to come away with a win here, you need to make sure every single game in that playoffs goes through Buffalo.
If you're Buffalo, you have home field. I don't see
that
one
crowd
team beating you there.
playing in that weather with a 6'5", 240-pound quarterback. No one likes to tackle someone that big in the middle of the winter. If you're Buffalo, you're able to secure this home field. I really think that winning this game is the biggest thing all season that Buffalo can do.
Also
let's not forget here, the Bills also have the tiebreaker against the Ravens. So even if you think the Ravens are the second best team in the NFL right now or in the AFC, having that tiebreaker means if they're able to win this game, having a tiebreaker over both your biggest rivals, especially a rival that has eliminated you in your past 2 postseasons, huge.
Yeah. If they're able to win this game, I really think Buffalo, I don't want to lock them into the Super Bowl, but my goodness, that's a huge step because they're not going to win I don't think they win in Kansas City in January.
Well,
that's just
a
a place.
I think
Mahomes is magic there.
There's a better chance in the postseason Buffalo comes in and wins in Kansas City than Kansas City and Buffalo, in my opinion. I mean, Buffalo should have beat them last year.
Yeah, Buffalo
should have, would have, could have.
I know.
That was on McDermott.
But
I would have fired him.
I don't see. I mean, it took Mahomes.
Squib kick you in. But
Like,
what I was going to say
happened was insane.
is
Go ahead.
when would they play? January? In January is when the playbook opens up. Like now, I'm sure the Bills, they don't want Josh Allen running as much because, God forbid he gets injured or something. When you're in that AFC Championship game, there's no, the playbook's wide open. He's going to run the ball a lot, difficult to tackle. And again, Buffalo, I've seen the Jets play there many, many times. And obviously, I'm not comparing the Jets to the Chiefs, but you go there, you can't hear the snap count. It's 15 degrees, 40-mile-an-hour winds. The Bills
It's crazy.
The Bills are running out sleeveless while Mac Jones is in a scuba suit. Like, it's a huge
ridiculous.
advantage.
And Kansas City's a place where Mahomes is able to be magic there. And we've seen it. Ziggy, what do you think about this?
Go, Ziggy.
What do I think about the Chiefs in Buffalo?
Yeah, do you think you agree that being in Buffalo for the Bills is probably a bigger advantage than the Chiefs being in Kansas City?
I absolutely think so. In Kansas City, like that is even considering that Kansas City Arrowhead Field is one of the best home fields in sports. I'm not sure there's a single place in any sports that I'd rather have than Buffalo in January if you're talking home field advantage.
Yeah.
The average high is 30 degrees.
If that, yeah, it's crazy.
No, that is the average high. It is 30 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking to an encyclopedia.
I was going to say, the average high, what is that though? At 1 p.m., it's going to be 30 degrees, and then when the game's played at 8:15, it's 3 degrees.
3 degrees, yeah. The
Yeah,
average high is
it's
the
a prime time game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Watch this live
wind chill,
producer.
and that's not considering wind chill. Yeah, it's not Kansas City. And it doesn't matter. You can like send your guys up there for a week in the playoffs to go prepare. Buffalo they were molded by the Colts.
Ziggy,
they were born into it.
Can you scoot about 8 inches to your right? Just to there we go.
That's good. You're good.
Beautiful.
Oh, look at that. On air producer.
Jack, did you have a? Were you trying to say something a second ago?
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career as an underdog at home in Arrowhead Stadium.
I love the Chiefs this week.
I think I like the Chiefs too.
Squares. You guys are squares.
That's not square at all. The square is the Bills.
I think the square is the Bills.
100%.
Oh, revenge from last year's championship game. I think the square is the Bills.
And but remember what Buffalo did to them in the regular season?
There's no Tre'Davious White. There's no Micah Hyde. I think Patrick Mahomes can really exploit the secondary big time.
Go ahead, Ziggy.
That's all great. Do you know what Mahomes' record against the spread is when he's an underdog?
7-0.
Sure he's undefeated.
He's 7-0.
7-0.
And you know how many times he's been an underdog at home? 0.
So
sounds pretty square to me.
No, that's not square. That's sharp.
No, look. I'm not touching the game. I'm not touching.
With the Bills
You'll see on this
secondary,
board back here in a second. Chiefs +2.
The Bills banged up secondary is a big problem for them right now going into Kansas City.
Listen, I watched them last week. The Chiefs. First of all, the defense is much improved. I mean, the only reason the Raiders scored so much is because of some BS roughing the passer, which I don't know. We don't need to, get into that whole debacle.
That's a whole conversation.
But Mahomes looks amazing. Travis Kelce, like I said, the jitters looks unguardable. The only issue.
Are you kidding me?
The only issue on that team is Juju Smith-Schuster. If I'm Andy Reid, I take away his phone for the season. Get off TikTok. Stop dancing in the locker room. Let's play some football.
He's been nowhere. You don't hear about him.
He stinks.
Yeah,
you know that firsthand. He stinks.
Look,
he was all right for a year.
He's good.
Yeah, he was good. Antonio Brown getting all the attention.
Let's quickly talk a little bit about the Cowboys-Eagles game, guys, because I think there's a little bit of a similar narrative as there is to the Bills and the Chiefs, in that the winner of this game is sitting in a really, really good spot over in the NFC, especially if you're Philadelphia. If you're able to get the win here, you have the advantage over the Cowboys, a 2-game lead. The only other team closest to you is the Vikings, who you already beat. So with that schedule too, a win here for Philly, I think it's pretty good case for them to be the 1 seed walking away.
I hate to say it because I'm a big Cooper Rush guy. As our viewers have known over the last couple episodes, I'm big on him. I think he should be
maybe a little too big.
Maybe a little too big.
A little too big.
I think he should be the starter when Dak returns. I've said that. However, I do think that this is the first loss of his career.
The Eagles are going to beat them by 30 points.
I could see a big Eagles performance here at night.
A night game, yep. Ziggy, who do you like in this one?
I absolutely love the Eagles. You're going into Philadelphia. The fans know this is the biggest game.
That's square.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I know I'm not cool. I teach philosophy. I'm the opposite of cool. What I do is make logical decisions, and the logical decision is Eagles against the spread. But look, nobody really believes the Cowboys of Cooper Rush are that good. Nobody believes that.
Believes it.
Jack loves Cooper Rush.
I think they're good under Cooper Rush, but I think this is a very bad spot for Dallas going on the road.
The link's going to be
they're celebrating, they're partying. They beat Matt Stafford and the Rams. They think they're on top of the world. They're about to see what a real offense. They've not played a real offense this entire season.
That's the thing. Like Dallas. In the first quarter, Dallas has outscored Philly this year in the first quarter pretty well. Dallas needs to score first, get off to a hot start. If they don't, they're in trouble. Because I don't think Cooper Rush has the passing attack to catch up, and Philly's offense is nearly unstoppable.
I don't think that Cooper Rush can win the game, but he can lose the game. So Dallas is going to be on Dallas's defense to win this game.
And I don't
Cooper
know if
Rush
Dallas
he's not going to score 25, 26 points.
No, and it's tough for Dallas's D to hold up. In the way Philly's playing right now, I think it's impossible.
Micah Parsons is going to have to be unbelievable.
Like the best we've ever seen.
Also, though, Jalen Hurts takes away other teams' pass rush because of his legs, so it's going to be tough. And that's what the Cowboys have been doing. You watch Dexter Lawrence, Michael Parsons, all these guys.
Look, the Eagles is a square play, but as I told our producer for the day, Michael, on the phone a couple days ago, you got to sometimes just make the square.
Sometimes the public wins.
It's the only play to make.
I will say this year, though, the thing Jalen Hurts has developed the most, and I think he doesn't get enough credit for this, is his ability to make pre-snap reads. Like last year against the blitz, he was the 30th out of 31st quarterbacks. He was one of the worst quarterbacks against the blitz in the entire league. This year, completely different story. He's identifying plays. He's getting the ball out quickly. He's scrambling when he needs to. But this is going to be a big test for him in that regard, right? Because this Cowboys pass rush, we've seen, it's deadly.
And the Cowboys, I believe, has Hurts ever beaten them?
All I remember is last
I'm
year
not sure.
I actually took the Eagles against the Cowboys.
In Dallas, right?
Jalen Hurts looked like he should never play again.
It was a brutal. I mean, I
Wasn't
remember
it like
that game.
41-10 or something.
He had a great fantasy game
Oh yeah, because he ran in like 2 touchdowns
at the end. Yeah, but the game itself, he looked horrible the whole way through.
So we'll see.
So look, he's got to prove himself. Dallas has been the better team for what, maybe 2 or 3 years now over Philly since their Super Bowl. This is a chance for the Eagles to make a pretty big statement and take claim of the NFC, which really is wide open.
Well, something's got to give. Is Dallas' D going to hold Philly at bay, or can the Cowboys score and win a high-scoring game? Something's going to give. We don't know what it's going to be.
Or the Cowboys just get ran out of the building.
Get right out of the
You want me
building.
to tell you an Eagles story?
Sure.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about me, but it's also about the Eagles. So as a TC&J alum,
You went to the Super Bowl parade.
That's in the Philadelphia Eagles.
no,
Not the Boston College Eagles.
No,
We have
yeah.
David here.
So I went to TC&J.
The real Eagles.
As soon as the Eagles won the Super Bowl, me and my buddies were like, we got to go to Philly. Not the parade, the night of. So we go down to Philly. Mind you, this is, prime basketball season. I have a basketball game.
That was a messed up couple weeks when Philly won.
I remember
Yes.
seeing your Snapchat.
was
Yeah, I had
disgusting.
a
I remember seeing your Snapchat.
I had a basketball game the next day where I was going to play. Like, we had a game the next day.
You used to be an athlete.
Yeah, it used to be. That was my other gripe. I'll actually tell that at the end of this. Sorry, I'm going off the rails. It's the coffee. It's the mixing. But, you're listening to me, so I don't care. We go down to Philly, right? My buddy drives a Suburban with a sunroof. It is the craziest I've ever, and there's it's lawless. It looks like the Purge. Like, people are running around ripping down your street signs. Macy's, I don't remember if I saw this. Someone threw like a rock through the window and they were robbing Macy's. It was insane. I'm sitting on top of the Suburban, like just going crazy, like EAGLES Eagles. And it's me and my buddies, and we don't really care. But again, they beat the Patriots. Hate them. And
In Minnesota. Fuck you, man.
And going to TC&J, there's a lot of people from the South Jersey area who are all Phillies fans. So I was with a couple of them. I'm nervous because it's like 2 a.m. We're going crazy. We're there all night. Some guy throws a beer on top. Like, I'm just on the top. Some guy throws a beer to me. I shotgunned it, and someone was recording it.
It's gotta be the coolest moment of your life.
It was a very cool moment, but I was like, oh my God, I might be screwed. Like, if that somehow goes on the internet,
Oh, yeah.
my basketball coach is going to see it, and I have a game, and I'm not exaggerating, 10 hours. And but again, he didn't see it. I don't remember. I probably, played mediocre because that's the type of player I was, but nothing happened. But then the other gripe, going back to the basketball thing, so after that meeting, I was like, you know what?
The speech.
No, yeah, after the great speech, I was like, I kind of feel bad about myself because I was talking about tryouts and I was like, be in shape, be in condition.
You went to shoot a bit, I'm guessing, right?
The what?
You went to shoot a
no,
bit,
I didn't.
right?
My shooting has been gone for years, but I went for a run. Yeah, I usually like to go for a walk, but I was like, you know what? I'll go for a run this time.
You're very well known.
Good for you.
Yeah, this was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. 2 days ago. My quads are still in so much pain. So I'm never doing that again.
Guys, we what's funny? We were discussing today in our chat that, David's here in a boot. Zach's sick, unfortunately. I'm on heart medication at age 23, and I
might as well be a walking skeleton.
Yeah.
Look at Ziggy. He's like, oh my God, what's going on?
I was setting a line, us against my brother intern Jeff and his friends in a basketball game, and I was saying we're getting probably 17 points.
If I get to play, we win.
And no, not you. Me,
Okay,
Paul,
yeah.
Dave, Mike, and Zach in a full 40
I've already
minute
had
game.
3 surgeries. I can barely walk. I can barely walk.
Mike had some surgeries. Like, we're probably getting 20 points.
Wait, who is it?
Me, Paul, Zach, Michael, and David.
Yeah, you're getting I put you, what? How many? What are the
Full 40-minute game.
40 minutes on a real court with refs.
Yes.
You're plus 27 and a half.
Do you think we cover that?
No.
You think they cover that?
You guys don't have anyone. Well, none of you play basketball.
Well, let me ask you this: can we backdoor?
Think we can backdoor late?
No, because I think
no one wants to hear about us first. I have a gripe myself. I have a gripe myself, actually, and I would like to get this off my chest. Is that I play along, Andrew. I really think that I give people benefit of the doubt. Okay, I'm a miserable fan, but usually
a miserable
No,
fan?
let me finish. I'm a miserable fan, and for a long time I was jaded. A long time.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm like the Joker in these movies. I paint my face and I slap a smile on it and I pretend like everything's okay. All these Giants and Jets fans, for weeks now, I'm just like, yeah, I hope you guys do well. In December, yeah, it's nice. It's fun in New Jersey when the Giants and Jets are doing well. I like seeing the Christmas lights on the scoreboard, and it's nice. It's jolly.
It's okay. I'm not a huge fan of it.
But I'm starting to have had enough, Jack.
I've had
Do you know
enough
why?
for
Do you know why?
for a while.
I look in our comments section because we have a lot of Giants and Jets videos, a lot of Giants and Jets people who listen because we're friends with them.
Oh, one guy tore us up.
One Giants fan.
One Giants fan tore us up.
One Giants fan went berserk.
I was not happy.
Well,
about
I'm
that.
sure we'll get to that game. Your Giants are screwed this week.
Well, listen to this,
get
though. It's that video about the Jets. Will they pick top 10? Some guy's like, oh, you guys are clowns here. Are you kidding me? The Jets picking in the top 10? Now, again, I play along and I say, like, yes, the Jets are good. Like, you know, they're having a great season. Go through their schedule. Go through the Jets' schedule right now. Look at it right now.
That's what I was
and
saying
go through
last
the
week.
NFL. How many teams do you think are better than the Jets?
Most.
Probably
No!
25.
That's what I was saying last
Probably
week.
25 teams. How many teams are better than the Giants?
Probably
20 teams in the NFL.
The ball has bounced the Jets' way so many times. It's not going to happen going forward.
This Giants fan, he's looking at, he's like, we should have beat the Titans. Did you watch the game?
Give the ball to Henry.
Did you watch the game?
We beat the Titans. We beat the Titans.
No. Saquon Barkley ran for 180 yards. He had a great game.
Yeah, because he's the best running back in the NFL.
The Titans turn around, they give the ball to Derrick Henry, that game's over.
Chubb takes a knee.
They didn't.
Chubb takes a knee. Game over.
Yeah, Mike hasn't plenty.
But they didn't.
Listen, 3 weeks ago when the Jets beat the Browns, he was over here saying that's not Chubb's fault. I would have scored 10.
Here's what I'm saying is that
And now
every
you're
single New York
changing your
fan.
tune.
No,
Right.
you know what it is?
Right.
Ziegler on the roof over there.
Let me
The
finish.
truth
Let
is,
me
if he takes
finish.
the knee, they win the game.
Let me finish.
You said you won enough. I said he should have.
Jets
Yeah,
fans,
but
Giants
ultimately
fans.
he should.
Here's the thing. You guys have good records right now. You're 3-2, you're 4-1.
We're not used to it.
Watch the game.
We're
Watch
happy
the
right
games
now.
and stop saying that you're going to the fucking Super Bowl.
We're not
because
saying
you're
that.
not a good team.
We're not saying that.
You're not good teams.
We're not
Paul.
saying that.
Paul, don't tell me to watch the game. I sat in my house. I don't remember the week. Someone, Ziggy, I don't know if you want to look it up. Usually Zach, David, anyone.
Pickett gave
I
you the game.
sat in my house
I'm not talking to
years
me.
ago.
I know you watch.
Greg McElroy versus Matt Leinart. 7-6 loss. I watched every damn snap. Jets Cardinals, we lost 7-6. You can look it up. I watched every snap. My eyes were bleeding. Greg McElroy. I watched every game for 24 years. I watched my baseball team get the best pitchers ever. Blow it. I watched my football team sign Le'Veon Bell. Oh, great. Well, everyone we signed sucks. My basketball team, I paid $400 to sit in the nosebleeds. I couldn't even see the scoreboard. I was counted on my
So
fingers.
stop doing this to yourself.
My team sucked.
So he's saying,
I watched the game.
Why are you
3-2,
so angry?
Being 3-2, he's happy.
Years of pain and misery.
Like this
Years!
is like sports are supposed to be fun, man. I'm a
Oh,
little
they're not.
You think they're fun?
You
Do
think
I
I
need
got
to call
to
the
choose
cops
this life?
right now? I'm getting a little nervous.
If
This
I
is
could
just
have
like
chosen,
the
I would have
beginning
went
of.
Patriots, Warriors, Dodgers. I win all the
Look,
time.
Andrew, it's not too late.
So
It's not
I'm
too
trying
late.
to help you.
I
Help
will
me
never
help
switch
you.
because that 1 year.
No,
That
I
1
know.
year we win.
I know.
Any of my 3 teams.
I know.
I will be insufferable.
Yes.
I will never shut up.
As will I.
No,
but
no,
I'm
you're
trying to help
already
you.
insufferable. That's not going to change.
I'm trying to help you, man. I'm trying to help you, Michael. I'm trying to help all the Giants and Jets fans. I have no beef with you.
We're not delusional,
I
though.
have
We never
no
said we're going to win a Super
beef.
Bowl. You're just making this up.
I
I
have
think
no
the Jets will win the
beef.
Super Bowl.
I'm just saying,
I mean, we're going to beat the Ravens.
not so fast.
But, like,
Listen, when we
That's
get to
all
the
I'm
Jets
saying. Yeah,
Packers,
look-
I have some stats to back up the Jets
Go-
going in there.
what are your stats? Go ahead.
Let's hear it.
And listen, these aren't
The
biased.
Jets will be humbled in a blowout loss.
It can't possibly be biased.
How can it be? I'm talking stats.
Go ahead.
All right, let's hear it.
So for the last 2 seasons, and I'm not going to even get to the game yet. These are just Jet stats. Last 2 seasons, there's been
Do this in 30 seconds.
Again, I can't
there's-
see you.
There's been
I'm just looking your direction, but I can't see you.
there's been 20 weeks.
Okay.
The Jets have 6 Rookie of the Weeks.
Oh no, the rookie class is
You
sensational.
know, 6 in the last 20 weeks. So last season, no other team has more than 1.
Yeah.
So Jets are building something, evidently.
I agree.
2, there's a team in the NFL who's ranked 32nd against the play action on defense. Do you know who that team is, Paul?
Green Bay Packers.
It's the Green Bay Packers. And then there's a team, I'm talking only with Zach Wilson because that's the offense we're running now, that's second in the NFL for play action offense. You know who that team is?
Who?
That's the New York Jets. So, let me just think. A team that does something really well against a team that does something horribly.
Zach Wilson
Oh,
versus
well,
Aaron
you
Rodgers.
went against the
Zach
Steelers
Wilson versus Aaron-
and a Byron Jones-less, and the whole freaking Dolphin defense was out.
Andrew, there's no one in the world who would like to see. Ziggy would be
And
second.
also,
maybe.
I'm a Vikings.
No one.
I want the Vikings to do well. For
And I
your
want you
kids.
to do well.
Not you. You're dumb Steelers. I hope they do terrible. I've seen enough of that.
We'll finish better than you, I guarantee it.
let's make another bet. Let's make another bet.
I can't afford another bet. I can't afford another bet. I can't afford another bet.
No one would like to see the Packers
Paul,
lose
tell
more
me
than
to
me.
stay out of this.
No one would like to see the
Oh,
Packers.
we
lose.
got your back.
I hope so. I hope so.
But can you just admit
No.
plus 8.5 or whatever is 9.5 now is absurd.
I like the Packers to double digits.
Also, Paul,
Same.
after you're talking all this shit about the Giants, We gifted you a Packers loss, so you should be on your knees thanking us.
Very thankful.
You should be on your knees thanking
You're also
us.
the man that
It doesn't
took Dolphins
fall from
minus
that he
3.5.
thinks you're a good team.
They lost by
But
23.
that's not how it works.
Thank you,
know what?
Ziggy. Thank
I'd
you.
rather be a bad 4-1 team than a good 1-4 team
We're
at
not,
the
we're,
Steelers.
we're,
We're not a good
we're a
1-4.
bad 1-4 team.
All right,
We're not a good 1-4 team.
You're just a shit team.
Ziggy, we talked about the Jets a little bit here, and we'll do our game picks in a second. But I do want to ask you, Ravens Giants before.
Giants +6.
Is it Giants
Giants
plus 6 right
money
now?
line.
I like the Giants to cover, but not to win.
Ziggy, what do you think of that game? Because again, if the Giants win this one, it's going to be hard to say that they're not legit because now you've beaten Green Bay, you've beaten Lamar. But do you see that? Do you see them defending home field against the Ravens this weekend?
Who is the better quarterback?
Lamar Jackson.
Who is the better defense?
The Ravens.
I don't know.
Wait, tell me one team's got the better quarterback
Probably the Ravens.
and the better defense.
They don't have a better defense.
The Giants
Well,
have a
they
good
do.
defense. I do want to give them credit. They have a
don't.
good defense.
I mean, but here's the thing: it doesn't matter how good your defense is against Lamar Jackson anyway. So you can just throw out the window. But it does matter how good your defense is against Daniel Jones.
Yeah, but the Giants have Wink Martindale, the old defensive coordinator for the Ravens, who's going to draw up plays to stop Lamar Jackson.
Lamar
means
Jackson historically terrible against the blitz, right? Lamar Jackson just can't handle blitzes.
Correct? And the Giants blitz a lot. So what Andrew was saying, if
That
we
was a
do
joke.
something,
Lamar Jackson
It's a
is
joke.
actually
It's a joke. Lamar's
one of the
sensational.
best quarterbacks against the
Listen,
blitz.
is
in
he
the
actually
entire
Lamar's great
NFL.
against the blitz, yeah.
well, that's why I'm not up there talking, because I don't know what I'm talking
it's the
about.
Steelers who blitz them. We're good against that.
This is. Let me put it again. I am, like I said, you may say I'm crazy and give me. I'm 5 for 5 on my Jets picks. I know these New York teams. I watch them.
And you have win.
Look, Andrew, if
And,
you
and,
win,
and I had the Giants, whatever, 13th
right,
in my
but
power
you had
rankings.
the Packers winning 47-0 in this game.
Yes, but again, I told you I'm going to talk on our last show. I said,
Yeah.
I think I told you I talked
But
myself
the
into this.
official pick
Andrew, if you
is a
win
loss.
this game,
Well, no, the official pick for me right now is a win. But what I said that we're going off.
Andrew, if you win this game, I'm a believer.
Okay, regardless,
That's
I'm not.
what
We're
they-
talking about the Giants. The Giants are going to get killed in this game. They've been winning via their defense. The Ravens have a high-scoring offense. Daniel Jones, again, like I've said, he's been playing well. They have to be within striking distance so they can run the ball to Saquon, who's been unbelievable. They have to be within striking distance so they can send their blitz on the passes, all this stuff. The Ravens are going to get up like 14, 17, nothing. They're not going to be able to run the ball with Saquon anymore. Daniel Jones is going to fumble, all this stuff. Again, 4-2 is great. You ask Mike, I'm sure. I would take 4-2. I watched the Ravens play the Jets. They just wear you down. They wear you down. They're very good.
The two losses are Buffalo, Miami games they were winning by 17.
Yeah, they trailed for 13 seconds. which
Similar to that Dallas game I said before, I think the Giants need to score first and start fast. Yeah. That's a chance they have in this game.
All right, what do you guys think of doing game picks? And then we do have the Jack Cap of the week. We can't forget about that. Ziggy, you good to go on to game picks? Is there anything you'd like to bring up?
Let's do it
No,
fast.
I'm good
Let's
to go.
move through these. Let's move through these.
All right,
Let's
we'll move
Yeah,
through
let's
these.
go.
Okay.
The only thing I'll say which has nothing to do with NFL, is I love the College Board this week, and again, I will win again.
College board's
wow.
great.
This is one of
College
the
board
best
is great.
college sites you've seen in a long time.
This is
I think it's the best in the last. I think it's the best in the
I
last 5
forget.
years.
I think it's from. I don't remember the date, but it's a lot of years. This is the first time there's 5 ranked matchups
Yeah.
in like years.
Wait,
I
I think there's 7
I think
ranked
it's
matches.
7 or whatever.
Seven. I think it's the best
They're
slate.
good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll
It's the
get
best
there.
slate
We'll
of
get
the
there.
The only
Ziggy.
bad one is James Madison, Georgia Southern.
Whoa.
Hey, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
That's a great matchup for my Dukes.
Hey,
Game
Jamie is for
picks.
real. They're for real.
Ready? Here we go. 3, and we're going to add in the
Jamie,
music. We don't
5-0
have
against
music
the
right now.
spread.
Tampa
Are they at
Bay,
home?
Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh, Jack.
Tampa wins, but Pittsburgh covers 8.5.
Ziggy?
I completely agree. I think this is a trap game for the Buccaneers. I might take the Steelers to win.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Wait, all right, so who are you picking to win?
I'm giving the Bucks a 60% chance to win.
All right, so you're taking the Bucs.
Bucks win, Steelers cover.
Andrew?
I've been saying this. Kenny Pickett's a fraud. The Bucks win this game 37-10.
Yeah,
Pickett had 3.
I don't
If
know.
you believe in 37-10, put a correct score bet right now, $100.
Let me ask,
I mean, that's just foolish.
let me ask you, is TJ Watt playing in this game?
I've hit
No.
a correct score.
TJ Watt's not playing. Steelers are miserable. The Bucks win this game running away.
Listen, if I put $100 on 37-10 and it hit, how much would I have? 100,000.
I mean, that's probably.
We'd be.
You wouldn't be here.
We'd be in a studio. I'd buy us a studio.
You'd be the Cayman Islands next week.
Jaguars at Colts.
Colts, big time. Revenge spot. I mean, Matt Ryan's my fantasy starter, too, so.
Ziggy?
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm taking the Jaguars. This Colts team sucks.
I think the
They're
Jags
not
suck,
good,
yeah.
and the Jaguars are good.
Again, like I've been saying, if you've ever watched, only one on this board who picked the Texans. It won. Trevor Lawrence is a fraud. He's also terrible. Colts.
I like the Colts as well in this one. Even though
Colts
Jacksonville,
-1 is stealing money. You should
Jacksonville
run into
really-
the near. Oh my God.
Ziggy's a lone wolf here.
yeah,
Ziggy's
I
a
like the
lone
Colts in
wolf.
this one too. Cincinnati at New Orleans.
I like the Saints. I'm not a Bengals believer at all. I like the Saints.
Ziggy?
Yeah, I also like the Saints. Free money.
Oh no, I like the Saints, but now that you guys like the Saints, I'm gonna be on the Bengals.
Why does everyone like the Saints so much?
Bengals.
Wait, you guys love Taysom Hill or
Bengals
something here?
Bengals aren't that good.
Paul, you know what
The,
percentage?
the Bengals with and without T. Higgins are completely different teams.
It's also an even line, and you know what the percent of the public is on? 96% Bengals.
And you know what? I love the
Oh.
public. 96%. I'm right there
Wait,
with
is that
them.
the
Cincinnati
Bengals?
wins
So
this
give me
game.
the- okay,
Cincinnati's going to
That's
win this
why I
football
want
game.
the Saints, but now that you guys both said the Saints, now I'm back
Is
to
this a
the
squad Saints play?
This is squad Saints.
No, I'm on the
play.
Bengals. I'm on the Bengals.
All right, we got
That squad Saints.
That's confirmation.
yeah, that is
Look at me
confirmation.
last week. I'm hot.
Jets at Packers.
Packers. Humble. This is my humble game of the week. Humble game of the week. Packers.
Yeah, I don't really know what there is to say here. You got Zach Wilson versus Aaron Rodgers. Give me a break, Packers.
Listen, in this game, we have two generational quarterbacks. One that's going like this, and one that's going like this. Jets.
Well, okay.
The Jets beat a
I-
college quarterback last week.
Again, as
Okay.
I said
well,
before,
he's actually an NFL quarterback. He gets paid to play football.
there is nothing I'd like to see more than the Jets win. I think the Packers run
Oh.
over you.
I'm hoping the Packers.
Destruction.
The
Patriots
Jets win, I believe,
at
though. I
Browns.
believe the Jets win.
Patriots at
I
Browns.
think the Browns destroy the Patriots this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's the game?
Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
Cleveland.
I love the Browns -2.
Ziggy, who you got?
Cleveland's not good. The Patriots are decent. I know Mac Jones isn't playing, but that's fine.
They're
Give me
better
the
without
paper.
him.
Cleveland's decent. I mean, they're not bad.
Andrew?
Cleveland should have beat the Chargers. If their kicker that they picked in the 5th round, that's like if you do that in Madden, you get laughed at, and they did in the NFL. They picked a kicker. You can't hit a field goal, and they lost. So I will be taking the Browns.
Here's what I'll say. Cleveland should have beat the Chargers. They should have beat the Jets. Is that whose phone is that? Is that you? So
I'm pretty sure it wasn't mine.
Oh, it was mine.
they should have beat the Chargers. They should have beat the Falcons. They should have beat the Jets. A lot of should-haves, and I don't like playing a game of should-haves with Bill Belichick. I think he takes advantage of that. I'm gonna go with New England. Close game. Very close game.
As Lee Corso says.
Close. Minnesota at Miami. And remember, no Tua, no Teddy.
Is this-
Skylar Thompson, our boy.
Is this the-
will be suiting up for
Is
the
this the
Dolphins.
Gophers versus the Canes, or is this Vikings versus
This
Dolphins?
is Vikings Dolphins.
Vikings Dolphins. I like Minnesota to go in there and win that game.
Thank you. Ziggy?
I hate to say it, but I've got to take the Dolphins. I do not trust the Vikings defense to be able to contain two of the best receivers in the league. And all Skylar Thompson has to do, he doesn't have to be elite. He just has to get the ball to
Look how
open
the tune
receivers.
changes
I
when
think
you're
he
not
can
playing
do.
the Jets.
I think Thompson stinks.
All right, so we got one Viking, one Dolphin.
I'm taking the Dolphins. I watched them last week. They're good. The Jets are just a great team.
Okay. Yeah. I don't believe in Skylar Thompson. I will say
I
this,
can't
though.
wait until he throws for 3 touchdowns on you, and then I want you begging on your knees for
hold
my
on.
forgiveness.
Can I clear up one thing really quick?
Yeah, what's up?
Last episode, you guys made it seem like I was saying I thought the Dolphins would lose to Alabama.
That's exactly what you were saying.
No. I was saying you put Skylar Thompson back on K-State. There's college defenses who light him up.
Yeah,
Because he's a college level QB.
Okay, you put Zach Wilson on Marist, and they would lose to Alabama by 100.
You put good NFL QBs against Bama, they slice them up.
No.
Yes.
You put
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes and Marist rolled into Alabama. They're losing by 100 points.
yeah,
Do
but
you
he's-
think Josh Allen couldn't absolutely obliterate with a D1 offense? Do you think Josh
Marist is
Allen
different.
could
We're
be
talking-
elite
we're
at
talking about
offensive
we're talking
football?
about a team like Kansas
We're talking about
State.
K-State, not Marist. I'm saying Thompson is a college quarterback.
What? I don't even want to have this conversation.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
I wanted to clear it up.
I know what
I
you're
wanted to
saying.
clear it up.
The Vikings are very bad against backup quarterbacks. They've lost to
You're
Matt
also bad on
Moore.
the road, too.
They lost to Andy
You're also just
Dalton.
bad.
You're bad on the road.
Cooper Rush.
Is this
Chase
game in
Daniel.
prime time?
It's not. So I'm taking the
Hold on.
Vikings and
Cooper
Kirk
Rush-
Cousins.
Cooper
5
Rush
and
is
1.
fantastic.
Cooper is fantastic. All right, I got the Vikings. Baltimore at the Giants.
Baltimore wins, Giants cover 6.
Ziggy,
Baltimore wins and covers.
I agree.
I'm also with him on Baltimore. I think they win this game by
Is this a humble game? Is this a humble game?
This is.
A humble game?
Why do
We
you have
have-
4-2 is great. I won't be humbled.
We have San Francisco
You're
at
right.
Atlanta.
You're right.
Atlanta's been kind of tricky this year.
They have.
Yeah.
I might just stay away from this game. I really don't. I'm going to flip a coin. I'll say San Francisco.
Ziggy?
You could say Atlanta's been tricky, but what's been tricky for them is winning against a team better than the Seahawks. No, give me the 49ers.
I also love the 49ers, the team I said was second best.
I like the 49ers in this one, too. I think they pull ahead late. I don't see this as a blowout, but yeah, give me San Francisco. After that, we have Carolina at the Rams. The big spread, 10-point spread.
Oh, the Rams covered that by the first half, and they win by 20.
Where's the game? It must be in
It's
Carolina.
in Los Angeles.
I don't think the Rams are that good.
And it's only 10.
It's only 10.
I don't think the Rams are
No,
that good.
the prop PJ Walker is starting.
Yeah, PJ Walker is starting,
Okay.
which I think actually might even make me more inclined
I think the Rams
to take out larger spread. Yeah, I mean,
He's
Baker's been
also
horrible.
terrible.
Baker's been
They're
terrible.
both
yeah.
terrible.
All right, Ziggy. So you got the Rams too. I'm assuming.
I can't bet on a fourth string quarterback.
That's fair.
He's actually the fourth string quarterback.
Although you can bet on a third.
No,
string,
he is.
apparently.
Yeah, they've got two quarterbacks
Baker,
on IR and Donald
Corral, PJ Walker.
Sometimes you got to be a square.
Well, Corral's
You got to
hurt.
be a square.
I don't think are people going to be all over Rams minus 10?
No, absolutely.
All right,
Rams are
but
bad.
sometimes you got to be.
The Rams are also.
I
very
think the
bad.
Rams are going to surprise some people.
All right, so you got the Rams. I got the Rams
Carolina's
too.
in high school.
They're the worst team I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and I've
horrible.
watched the Jets for years.
I got the Rams as well. Although I think Cooper Kupp is up. His status is up in the air. At
It
the
doesn't
moment.
matter to me. I don't think.
Then we got Arizona at Seattle. Little NFC
I
West.
love the
battle.
Seahawks as a home dog.
Yep.
The way that Geno's playing football right now, I love
Plus
it.
2.5. Ziggy.
Yeah, Geno Smith is amazingly playing like one of the best quarterbacks in football. See, unlike Cooper Rush, who's just like winning games, Geno Smith is actually making like insane plays every single game. If he keeps playing like this, who knows where the Seattle team goes?
Yeah, some people are throwing out the words most valuable player. I wouldn't go there at all. But
People are saying
He's
that.
going to have to
Some
do a
people are
lot
saying-
more to show me MVP. But look, this Cardinals team's not good.
oh, yeah, no,
Give me the
I think
Seahawks.
it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. But the very fact that anyone would even think to say that,
Can I say one
he's
thing?
playing well.
Let me say one thing before we continue here. Week 1, when the Seahawks beat Denver, I was the only person here on this pod sitting at this table who said, I think Geno is hungry this year. He's going to have a good year.
It's been 5 weeks.
It's been 5 weeks.
I know. Everyone's starting
What are they, 2 and 3?
Everyone's helping his dad back a little bit more, though. He's playing good football.
What's the record?
I think it's 2 and 3.
Yeah, what are we
2-3.
talking about?
He's-
No, that,
Geno,
I'm with you.
Geno's
I'm not-
playing some good football.
Okay, he's losing. I picked the
People,
Cardinals.
people
I
are
picked
on
the Cardinals,
his
too.
wagon.
And I think the Cardinals, they probably covered the 2.5 though.
No, Seahawks win this game.
All right, here we go. Couple more games here. Buffalo at Kansas City. We talked about it a little bit before, but I don't know if I heard who you said, Jack.
Kansas City. Buffalo's a banged up secondary. Mahomes takes advantage in Arrowhead. Kansas City.
Ziggy?
I think Josh Allen is just playing at too high a level right now. I can't see any other team winning. Give me the Bills.
Andrew?
Chiefs.
Ziggy, I agree with you that Josh Allen's playing at an insane level. I think Patrick Mahomes is too at the moment.
22 guys on the field.
I like Buffalo, and I like Buffalo partly because last year they showed they can go into Kansas City and win in that stadium. They mauled them, I believe, in the regular season. I think this is a great game, but I like Buffalo just by a little bit. Dallas at Philly.
Philly. Big time
Philly.
Philly
Ziggy,
spot, yeah.
you also said Philly, right?
Philly. Yeah, sorry.
Philly.
I want to say Dallas. I really do, but it's hard to see Cooper Rush going into that environment and winning that game. This is probably the best team he's played, right? The Rams have been up in the air.
He also didn't win
He played
that game.
the Bengals, who aren't that good.
The Rams lost it.
Yeah. So I got Philly. They just don't seem to be making any mistakes at the moment. Denver at the Chargers. The Broncos might be I have to be careful, actually. I have to be really careful because I'm about to produce a Broncos show now for the volume. So I have to be very careful with what I was about to
they're
say.
one of the worst teams in the league.
The Broncos, I was going to go much further than that.
No, I disagree.
It's tough to bet on the Broncos now, so you really can't do it. I'm gonna go the Chargers at home, but I don't know. I'm gonna go the Chargers.
You got the Chargers,
I'm gonna go
Ziggy?
the Chargers very hesitantly.
Anytime a quarterback is undergoing like mid-season injections into their throwing arm to try and relieve pain, you know things have gone completely off the
Is that the
rails.
Chargers?
Like, yeah, Charger.
Yeah.
Oh no, because Russell
No,
Wilson's the
Russell
one getting
Wilson.
injections
Oh, yeah.
straight into his arm because it's in too much pain for him
No,
to
I meant,
play.
are you saying you're taking the Chargers? That's what
Yeah,
I
I'm
meant.
taking the
It's
Chargers.
Chargers or pass to me in this spot.
What's the line?
The line is Chargers 4.5.
Going
Yeah,
at
Chargers.
home.
Chargers. Yeah, it's got to be Chargers.
I like the Chargers too. What I was going to say is I think this Denver team right now is one of the most unwatchable teams I've ever seen play football.
They can't.
They are just
They can't score
it's
points.
boring.
Well, the Jets are going to go in there next week, so you better watch
Look,
that.
I think the Jets can win that
Oh, the
game.
Jets win that.
The Broncos are
Absolutely.
boring games. They're
scoring 10
close,
points.
but it's
They're scoring 10 points.
I had
If
Broncos
you made a-
43-0.
If you
thought
made a
so,
list
too.
of the 5 worst NFL games of the season, Texans, Broncos, 49ers, Broncos, Colts, Broncos are all
Easily.
in that bottom 5.
Yeah.
easily.
And that's not even including the Broncos-Seahawks disaster.
Yeah, no, that game was miserable too. They really, it's tough to watch this team, and it's
Well,
kind
that
of
coach is
shocking.
an idiot.
Coach isn't good. Russ can't play right now. I mean, the receivers dropped the football.
I have a question for you, Paul,
is weird.
as a GM of the podcast.
Sure.
If you've hired a coach, how many weeks is enough? I'm being serious. If I was the
can't fire
GM
him
of the
in
Broncos,
5 right
I would
now.
fire him.
Do you remember Aaron Rodgers' first season under Nathaniel Hackett?
I do not. However,
Absolute disaster.
And then are you saying he got better, so you would give him a chance?
I mean, that is the argument. I mean, the thing people forget is that Nathaniel Hackett was not hired to be the head coach of the Broncos. This is the thing many people don't understand. They think just because he has the title head coach and he's the head coach of the team, he was hired to be their head coach. But that's false. He was hired for one reason and one reason only, and that's to get Aaron Rodgers into Denver. And he failed.
Yeah.
So, like, why is he still here?
I would fire him.
I have a lot of trouble
an
firing
idiot.
someone after 5 weeks, especially unless it's
What's
like
the record? 2-3.
they're 2-3.
They're 4-1 if he knows how to coach.
Maybe, but I think
No, not
that
maybe,
unless
they
if it's
are.
an Urban Meyer situation where you have just this guy who's out of control, I don't think.
Listen,
that
if
you
I'm a
can get rid of
GM, your
someone after
life
5.
is linked to that head coach. I'd get him right out of there.
I mean, he's
I
changing
mean,
Russell
they've got a
Wilson.
new owner worth like $50 billion. They can afford to fire him tomorrow.
They can. I'm just saying, as a GM, I wouldn't do it just yet. You look, if week 10 rolls around and it is just miserable football, that's a different. We're 5 games in. Like the Eagles at 5-0 right now, as great as they look, they can end the season at 8-9. Like there are worlds where teams fall.
But
The
yeah, but
Vikings
they're
were
not-
5-0
but-
6 years ago.
But again, their head coaches blow. Like, it's directly on the head coach. I know the players haven't been playing great, but you punt. You're trying to kick a 64-yard field goal, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen after you played a quarterback.
Sometimes it takes a little while to get your feet under you. Sometimes
it's 4th and 1. Richard Sherman is having an aneurysm on the set because you have these running backs. All you do is run the ball. You get a yard, you win the game, and they throw.
they're bad decisions.
I mean, it's
They're bad
unwatchably
decisions.
bad.
It is unwatchable and is really poor coaching. But I'm saying, just give the guy a little time. I don't look. He might wind up being horrible.
Listen,
He very
don't
well
fire.
could.
I want him to coach against the Jets. Please keep
My
him
philosophy
there.
though would be like, give him a few more weeks.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I mean, he could wind up being
He's not
the
like
worst coach in the
Masterclass
league.
Salah.
The other problem is he thinks that Russell Wilson is a different quarterback than.
Oh, and
like,
Russ
we're
thinks
not-
he's a different quarterback. Than
We're
he
not
is.
watching Russ do what Russ does.
Well, I think Russ is on drugs.
He might be.
I don't know what he's doing.
We
likes
know
tweeting
he
weird-
is. He's
yeah.
getting drugs injected straight into his throwing.
No, but like heavy hallucinogens. He's like
like,
tweeting
look-
weird things. He's making these weird videos.
you could almost say he's seeing ghosts.
Like, yeah, I mean, yeah. If you were an NFL quarterback and you're like yelling at your linemen who just were out there saving your ass, letting up 0 points all game, and you're like, yo, yell pass or run to the players on the field. Bro, you're in a stadium with 80,000 people. What are you talking about? We're not playing at, on the
Pop
field.
Warner.
Yeah,
They
what are
want-
we doing?
Well,
they
you know
want
what?
Russ. They want Russ to be a strict pocket passer.
I know.
like
I
Big
think
Ben
he
and Peyton
wants to
Manning
do
were.
that as well.
No, it's not. It's not.
He's got to
Sure.
run. He
Denver
rolls out.
Yeah,
he runs.
he's got to roll out and scramble. Set up other options.
I don't know.
He's not doing
I think
that.
Russell Wilson
There's no
wants
way
to
Russ
be.
wants. It's the coaching. It's Nathaniel Hackett.
I think
Russ
he
is Aaron
wants to be
Rodgers.
Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, and I think Week 1 showed you exactly why he's not. Because in that game right there, when what was it, 4th and 5?
Yeah, but okay, here's the
when they
thing,
brought
though.
out a
Well, he's
67-yard
screwing
field goal.
himself. I thought, before this season, he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
If it,
I
was-
wouldn't put that guy anywhere near any sort of football Hall of Fame after this.
if it
That's
was on
the
Russ,
overreactions,
if
but I
it
don't
was-
know if he's a Hall of Fame. I know he's probably. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. Like,
This is silly.
If it was on Russ and he's not finding a great amount of success already, he's going to start doing what he's good at doing, but he's not. I think it's on the coaching
I
trying to
don't
change
know. I
it.
think he wants to be a
They
pocket
think-
passer.
I disagree.
But that's why he's not Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, because those guys, they say no, F this, so I'm going to
Yeah,
make the play
yeah,
myself.
Well, he's too busy praying. Again, I'm a Christian. I've been to church, but he's on the sideline praying.
Let's
Too busy.
let's go into the Jack Weinberger cap of the week. We'll start the cut right here. Michael, you mind throwing us up on the one up of Jack right there?
Of course.
Excellent stuff. All right, go ahead, Jack.
Boys, I wait all week for this.
Yeah, we're all excited.
And,
No one knows it. No one knows it.
I'm going to predict.
Don't speak for me.
I think you're going back to the well, which you should.
This is my least favorite segment on the entire show.
If you know what I mean. He's going back to the well.
Here's the thing. Last week I was big time square with Alabama and Milrow and that nonsense. I'm going to say one thing first. For everyone who listens to the show, it's in its entirety.
The hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah. I know Zach's uncles, my uncles. We have a lot of viewers who listen to the whole thing. I'm going to give out a pick that's not my cap, which I love, to start. And that is...
Very generous of you.
Yes. That is Florida State plus 3.5
Oh, I
at
hate
home
that.
against Clemson. Prime time in the Doak.
I'm not touching that.
I
Fear the
love
spear.
Clemson.
Mike, you throw Ziggy on for a second. Let's just take a look at that.
I love the faces.
Yeah, yeah, he's miserable too.
So prime
Clemson's
time.
real good.
Ziggy's in shock right
Look,
now.
I think Clemson
I'm not in shock.
is.
I always expect him to make bad picks. And what do you know? It's another bad pick. What do you want from me?
This isn't his cap of the week,
This is
though.
my cap of the week. I just picked that I like. I like Florida State plus the points. And I'll get to my cap.
Did you have another game? I thought you had a couple.
We'll get to my cap.
Okay, let's go to the
We'll
cap.
get to my cap. So me and Andrew grew up playing for the best Little League
That's why you're
baseball
wearing the
team
hat.
in the country, the Allendale Heat. And I'm not going to sit here and explain it to you. You had to be there to understand how good we were. It was impossible to beat us. And I was reminiscing the other day because I watched our team video from 15 years ago. And I went to my closet and I pulled out 2 of my jerseys. I wore number 7. I pulled out an old red one that said Allendale on it, number 7 on the back, and a blue one that said Allendale on it, number 7 on the back. And I'm like, Dad, which one of these do you like better? Which one should I wear around the house today? You know, reminiscing. And he's like, Jack, I can't pick which one's better. These are both phenomenal. A red number 7, a blue number 7. And it got me thinking, you know who wears number 7 in blue? Will Levis, quarterback for the Kentucky Wildcats. You know who wears number 7 in red? Cam Rising, quarterback for the Utah Utes. And I can't pick between the two. They're both. How can you? They're both phenomenal.
Back to
So
back.
once again, I'm making a Jack Weinberger 2-team parlay with Kentucky plus 4.5 at home against Mississippi State. Will Levis is back. And I love the Utah Utes to expose USC minus 3.5 in Salt Lake City. Plus 290 odds. Bang, bang, bang,
All
bang,
right.
bang.
Another parlay.
Do you know
Another
what
parlay.
jerseys Utah is wearing?
Oh, I know all about Utah this
okay.
week, Andrew. They're going to hammer USC.
Utah, for those of you who don't know, is wearing their 2 teammates who unfortunately passed away.
They got the helmets
They have their
painted.
helmet with
Yeah.
their teammates on it. So listen, if you don't go out there, I know that would fire me up. If you don't go out there and play for those
Oh my
guys,
gosh.
I mean,
I
what
think
are we doing?
USC will be exposed. They're a paper champion. They
You
play
know what
nobody.
happened to me, guys, earlier today? And Andrew, that's a great point that you brought up. I work on a show called Snaps for the Volume. It's a college football show with T-Bob Hebert and Aaron Murray, the former Georgia quarterback.
T-Bob?
Yeah, T-Bob. Oh, T-Bob's hysterical. Great guy.
Is that a first name, a nickname, a last name?
That's his name. It's T-Bob.
that sounds like
I'm sure,
T-Bob
I'm
from,
sure that
from
I'm sure
Rudy.
that he has a name starting with
Like
T.
T, comma Bob.
T-Bob.
Oh, T
Yeah,
dash
it's
Bob.
T-Bob.
So I'm not sure what T-Bob's real name is. It could be T-Bob for all I know. But
No, his real name's T-Bob.
Yeah.
That's
So-
like Rudy, T-Bob, remember?
Yeah, sure.
Like
So-
at LSU, he's listed as T-Bob Hebert.
So T-Bob, he in his best bets for the volume show, he picked USC.
Good.
And when I said so, yeah, and I saw that, and I got instantly, obviously,
Hey.
as a friend, I got concerned. So I text, I say, T-Bob, I say this as a friend, I don't think you should pick USC. And you know what I got back? In all caps. Fuck you. So I said, dude, Utah's
That's not
wearing.
you can't speak to your coworkers that way.
It's very informal at the volume.
Let me tell you guys one thing. Over 70% of public money on both USC and Mississippi State, yet lines have gone in the directions of Kentucky and Utah.
Look, I'm looking at this. Utah's.
I don't like Kentucky, but I
fake-
do like Utah.
fake-
No,
Squares.
it's wearing helmets for the players who died. It's a night game. Oregon last year, look at what Utah did to them at home in a similar environment. And I'm just, so be it. I can only help someone so much. I can only help you so much. I love the pick for Utah, Jack. Mississippi State, Kentucky, that's a close game. Mississippi State's playing real well, but I also think
Look,
I like that too.
Mississippi State, they've played 2 games at home. They blew out A&M.
Well, you might as well write it right up here. Same
stinks?
thing, 2 points for the parlay.
Yeah. They blew out A&M at home, which stinks. Blew out Arkansas without KJ Jefferson at home. Now you go on the road. Kentucky's disrespect. They've lost 2 games in a row. One, Levis didn't play.
Levis was banged up a little bit, though.
He didn't play. Now
I think
you-
he's still banged up a little bit.
Well,
Look,
they should have beat Ole Miss on the road. They should have beat them.
They
I watched that
they
game.
had Ole Miss.
And then he fumbled or whatever.
Then
whatever
Levis
he did, yeah.
didn't play last week. He's a tough pick in the draft, Will Levis. He's good.
But he's a little banged up.
I think,
Like, that
I
is
think
the concern.
Mississippi State, a little too much respect, laying points
That
on
was
the road.
minus 3.5, right?
Yeah. I like
All
Kentucky
right,
plus
there it is.
4.5 and Utah minus 3.5.
I think that's solid. Ziggy, what do you think? I know that you are probably the biggest critic in the world of the Jack Cap of the week, but are you really against this parlay here?
I think USC is going to go into Utah and do exactly what UCLA just did to Utah. Look, you got to beat UCLA if you want to claim to be a decent team.
It's a look-ahead spot. Total look-ahead spot.
I think this USC offense is unstoppable.
No, it's not.
I thought they were against Oregon State.
On Oregon State.
But yeah, look,
Oregon State's different.
Here, I can say this. I like them. I like it, Jack, but I'm not going to bet it. That's where I come down.
I like Utah.
All right. I think pretty good show, guys, for a Week 6 preview show. We'll be back with our Week 6
Are we going to do this
reactions.
after?
Yeah.
We don't need a money.
We don't need people to listen to all the picks.
All right.
But again,
E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles.
I never want that said on this podcast again. Oh, God.
Jet up, man.
Jet up, Skol Vikes. Yeah, here we go.
Receipts. I have the receipts.
All right. Thanks for listening to the Paul Farrington Show. We will get back to you soon. Remember, like, comment, subscribe.